With the traditional wave of departing spacemen, Nick Hague and Alexei Ovchinin said goodbye to Earth. They'd be back sooner than they thought. Since the demise of NASA's space shuttle program, Russia's Soyuz system is currently the only way for people to get up to the International Space Station. The Russian and the American were scheduled to begin 187 days in orbit. But first, they had to get there. The launch seemed to go well initially. The rocket lifted off into the cloudless skies above Baikonur, Kazakhstan. But 119 seconds into the journey, there was a catastrophic malfunction.
View here of the Soyuz making its way into space, nominally.
Inside the capsule, video shows the two men being shaken about before the feed is cut to a computer graphic.
Emergency booster 2 minutes 45 seconds. The failure of the booster.
Hearing there that there has been an issue with the booster, and we're standing by for information.
The men and their capsule were now in a so-called ballistic re-entry, parachuting back to Earth. They landed in the wide Kazakhstan steppe, 600 kilometers away from the launch site. The rescue teams found them there, helped them out of their confinement and into waiting helicopters.
This incident requires a most thorough investigation, including visits to the manufacturing facilities. The accident occurred on a rocket that had a lengthy incident-free history. This is very bad news. On the other hand, the emergency rescue system worked excellently, and this is good news.
In fact, two investigations are now underway, one looking into what happened and another criminal one to assess whether there was any foul play or negligence involved in the rocket's construction. Russia is also grounding manned Soyuz flights, the workhorse of international space missions, until more is known about this catastrophe. That will have knock-on impacts, of course. The crew currently orbiting on board the International Space Station will have to stay there a while longer, and officials will be looking at whether resupply rocket flights can actually take place. But thankfully, there was no loss of life in a launch failure that could so easily have been fatal. Rory, Challands, Al Jazeera, Moscow.